Oh, will we?
You guys will have a sec to apply all of your consumes and everything right before the Mulgar pool.
Yep, keep getting those buffs out.
Yep. We're waiting on the circle pad. He's going to come back. Otherwise, we'll just grab Skull and X. Mana looks good. Everyone looks fine. Circle's on the way back as soon as he gets here. Let's pull. Let me also log.
Now, for those of you new here, remember you're going to stack on the butt of the circle.
Correct. And Phoebe and Daylon have tanked this before. Luna, I think you have on private server, right? So you know what to do with these guys. Just
yeah, I did it last week.
Oh, easy peasy, easy. Cool. All right, let's get circle.
Getting them.
Incoming. Stack on their butt. Everybody on the butt. Get on diamonds. Don't be too close. If you're in melee range or in the circle, you're gonna get cleaved.
First official guild raid hype train.
Hype train.
All right, as soon as the circle is dead, let's go get Skull next. They're incoming. Split them up. Hold DPS. Hold DPS. Okay, start on Skull. We can stack these a little tighter and cleave. We got a fear. Let's get interrupts.
Bye.
Alrighty, everyone approach Mulgar's room. On the boss is going to be Phoebe. He's going to tank the boss right in the center of the room. For those of you who haven't done this fight yet, it's just a bunch of ad control. Dara is going to be so Phoebe's going to be on Mulgar. On Blind Eye, which is going to be Cross. That's going to be Daylon. We have Dara on Krosh. Oh, thank you for hitting up. I think that's Frosted hitting the marks up. Thank you. Dara is going to be range tanking Krosh. War Zero Olm, as soon as the fight starts, is going to summon a Fell Puppy. So you're going to enslave that to tank. And for Kigler, that's going to be Taz and Carrots. You guys are going to kite and stay at max range on Kigler the Crazed. If you look at the assignments, that's where we have either the Warlock, Hunter, or Druid tanking on Moon. We have everybody basically going to start off in the center to kill Blind Eye first. So melee, your assignments, and it's all in the spreadsheet. So melee is going to be killing Blind Eye, then Olm, then Kigler, and then kill the rest. Range is going to be focusing Blind Eye, then Krosh, then Kigler. Krosh does a nasty like AoE we want to avoid.
Yep, melee can't go near Krosh, where he does a blast wave that'll kill everyone.
Kill everybody, exactly. If there's healing assignments are also there. Frost is on Phoebe, Mayumi's on Daylon, Leia's on Dara, Electo on War Zero, Laren and Emotion Man. You guys are going to be focusing Taz and Carrots as well as the rest of the raid. Any other questions about assignments?
Just a quick note on Blind Eye. He's a chump. He could be stunned by just about anything, so just perma-stun him.
Yep. I'll open up with a cheap shot. That seemed to work well last time into a kidney shot. And yeah, Luna, that would be great if you could do that.
And ZD, that means, ZD, you'll misdirect Olm onto a Luna, not War Zero. Let's not get our Warlock killed.
Okay.
Yep. Cool. Any questions? Last ready check. This is for the poll. Get your buff food out, everything that you need.
Well, just real quick, does anybody have any questions about their role? Now is the time to ask. Would love to answer it.
Just making sure I'm reading the thing correctly. I'm healing the raid, right?
Correct.
Yes.
Yep.
Great.
And the poll is the really dicey part. here, right? So you need to have some personal accountability and try and Hellstone, do what it takes to keep yourself alive. Watch your threat. Let the targets get split where they need to go.
Sorry if this is a dumb question. When you do heroism, I'm assuming you'll call for it. Should all the shamans pop it at once? I'm assuming there's not multiple shamans in each group.
Yep,
Or-
everybody pops it at once.
Okay.
Yep, and that'll be shortly after we start the poll, correct?
Correct. Yep.
I've got a dumb question too. Do I heal the enslaved demon?
You shouldn't need to. He'll summon more of them as the fight goes on. I mean, if you look at it and it's gonna die, toss it a heal. But like, I don't think it typically requires healing.
Yeah. And as soon as it dies, he instantly summons another one. So if it dies, it's really not a big deal to enslave a second.
Right.
It's like fairly instant, if not exactly instant.
So I misdirect Ohm onto Aluna in the center of the room, right?
Yep, and then you just go about your business. Iluna's tanking Ulm just until the pet gets summoned and War Zero picks it up and starts tanking it with the pet.
Okie doke.
Yeah, and I think once we get everything set and stabilized, we're just gonna pop hero and get all these ads down ASAP. Once everything's under control, we just need everything to be in position. Again, melee and range are both starting on blind eye. Then melee are gonna go over to Ulm. Range are gonna kill Krosh. Then everybody onto Kigler, and then kill the rest of them. Clean up and then kill High King. Yep. Watch your interrupt assigns. So that's Dara, Hiccup, Socks, Knit, Frost. Actually, Gara's on that list. My bad. I put myself on there.
It's just gonna. Okay.
Yep. Cool. So I'm on X. Cool.
Okay. Any other questions?
Do we kite him just anywhere we want? The Kigler guy?
The moon guy, you're gonna want to keep him on this like left side of the room, kind of where I'm pinging.
Yeah, there's a little diagram. So if you see the little like Hunter, Warlock, Druid, you can have either any of those classes. So you're just sitting at max range and just right on that left side of the room for the diagram where the moon is.
Yeah. So with Kigler Taz, you want to keep him in that place because when any melee get close, he does an AOE Arcane Explosion that reduces threat to anyone close to him.
And on the sheet it says shamans with tanks for tremor. Is that something we're ignoring?
Yep.
Great.
What shamans with tanks for tremor? I don't.
Says it on the sheet.
No, it's gone. I just deleted it as you said it. Sorry. It's a silly joke. Anyways. Any other questions?
Sounds good to me.
Cool. Let's get ready to pull.
And just remember, just again, because I died to this last time, don't be anywhere near square ever.
Yep.
Even if you're ranged, even if you're melee, don't care who you are. His blast wave will kill you, so just don't be near him ever.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. Cool. Let's ready check for the poll, and then I'll get a quick countdown. Sorry, this is like the fourth ready check. Everyone hit whenever you're ready. All right, cool. Going in 10 seconds. I'll just get ready to misdirect, and let's get this thing on the road. Everyone start on blind eye.
3, 2, 1.
Remember, he's stunnable. Oh, we got blast wave. Pulling back, pulling back, pulling back.
Yep, move back there. Actually, no, you're fine. Just get the others out of there.
Phoebe's down. Walker's free.
Need tank from over.
He's walking through healers now.
Stun blind eye until he's dead. Daylon is on High King. No, I'm dead. I lied.
Blind eye.
Just
Okay.
step out.
Yep, run away.
Might want to let the mage pull first.
Yep. Dara should start the pulse, so that way square is just a little further away.
Yep, all good.
The pull is the tricky part here, right? Once we get people in their positions and then we burn down an ad or two, it gets progressively easier. So it's the craziest it's going to be right at the start here. And there's a lot of incidental damage, right? So the faster we get everything onto its proper assign and separate it out and, you know, well away from each other, the less incidental raid damage and random deaths and whatever.
So that Kegler guy, do we want him to move from his spot and just cast on us? Or do we want him to stay there and LO? Do we want to LOS him out of there, or do we want him to stay there and cast on us?
You can bring him a little closer. It really doesn't matter. Like, wherever he's standing is fine. I think the issue there was just that we had other targets nearby the square.
Need everybody to go back out. So when I go in and check my starting range, y'all don't die. Because I had to move forward before I was in range to cast, and I wasn't sure if moving forward before the pull would have pulled. So I need to see that. Does that make sense?
Just stay at the entrance, everyone, then.
Rather cast on the countdown of 3 without moving at all if I can.
Don't put consumes back on here. I want to do one pull, or at least without consumes, so we practice the spread, because it's very complicated. I don't know your consumes needlessly if we're still working out who goes when and who does what.
This might pull, so be ready to get out. Okay, so I can stand here without pulling and have my frostbolt ready. Okay, thanks.
No problem. All right. Yep, let's do our raid buffs and then we'll go again. Okay. Anybody missing any buffs?
All right, let's ready check it out.
Alrighty.
Everyone's ready? Prepare Mr. X and Daryl kick us off.
Yep. Dare, you ready?
Yep, ready. I'm gonna start cast at 3.
Pull in 10.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stone on skull.
Looks good.
Next.
Dispel Phoebe. Dara's down.
Phoebe's down.
Dalen's got him. Y'all run out. Go.
Go, 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 go.
Tara, if you die, you need to say something immediately. Also, was the tremor handling the hex by chance? Or was that just left over?
Does tremor hit non-party people?
No, it only hits party.
Right.
And it doesn't do...
It doesn't do hex.
And the hex didn't seem dispellable either.
Oh, really?
Because I was smashing dispel magic on him. It didn't do anything.
Two people for kill reg? Or just one?
I'm sorry, you cut out the first part.
This is kill reg, right?
Kigler?
Kigler, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I believe Kigler is the one that casts.
He
the hex.
does the yeah, he's the one who does the hex.
So yeah, Taz, if you want to LOS him further so that
Yeah.
he doesn't get hexed, we should do that this time.
Yeah, I had a move in there, but it was a bit late. So
No worries. Let's do it on our next poll.
Yeah, and shamans, what the tremors are for are lay him down at 50% health of High King. When High King's at 50% health, he'll start charging random people and intimidating shout. That's what the tremors are for. So it's not until like late with only High King left. So that's
Okay.
what we're using that for. If you had questions about it.
I mean, you could also put Pretty Bird on Kigler since they can't get hexed.
We could, yeah.
Or have two, just in case the task gets hexed again.
We had Taz and Carrots both on Kigler.
Ah, okay.
Taz wasn't hexed, Phoebe was hexed. Yep, so we just need to
Oh.
get Moon
Gotcha.
further away from Phoebe.
Yep.
All good.
Hopefully this is answering everyone's questions about this fight. Again, like I think as Frosted has said, it's like the initial pull is the toughest thing about this. Once we get it under control and stabilized, it'll be really easy.
Oh, poo! I think I missed it. Can we get a mage table?
Yep.
Thank you.
We can swap from Carrot and Taz to Pretty Bird.
Sure.
Just so we avoid the hex completely, because it should only hex the primary threat target, but it does cause aggro drops. So having 200. So, anyways, so yeah, Pretty Bird, if you could tank instead of Taz and Carrots.
Okay.
Cool. And then just like basically pump everything into them.
Yep. Did you
So-
see they're LOSing Kigler over to this side? Bryn?
Just like around the wall.
Yep. Just so that he moves a little further away from basically where they all are now.
So
We just don't want him in range to hex, is all.
Cool.
So Carrots and I are just DPSing whatever then.
Yep.
Yep.
You'll be with the focus DPS of the rest of the raid, so starting on Skull.
Starting on Blind Eye, then Crosh, then Kigler for ranged. All right, cool. Everyone in. Let's get ready for another poll.
Yep.
Misdirect, Dara, everybody ready? That's
Ready.
polling. All right, let's do a quick 10-second poll timer.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Everyone give it just a second to get under control. All right, let's go kill Blind Eye.
That should be good, pretty good. Alright,
Stun him if
heroisms.
you can. If you got a stun Blind Eye.
Let's go heroisms.
Yep, heroism, melees to Olm, range to Crosh.
Yep, range DPS on square, melee on X.
Phoebe down.
Dailing on him.
Okay, heals on day.
Luna's on X.
Need mana.
You're good. He's gonna die in a second. Okay, Nicole. Heals on
Healers
day.
have to stay in for this.
That didn't work.
Balon's down. Need a tank on hiking.
Okay. Everybody should be on Kigler.
Luna's got it. Heals on Luna. Big heals on Luna.
All right. Ads are all down. Everyone on hiking. Run out for Whirlwind. Shamans get ready to Tremor once he's at 50%.
Whirlwind soon.
Maybe. 50%. Get ready for Tremor. Okay, Tremor time. There's that intimidating shout. Whirlwind.
There isn't a tremor in my group, by the way. I just happen to not move.
He did.
Nice.
And we only got the tanks killed. Great
So
success.
important.
No consume run. Good.
Yeah, nice job, guys. I mean, honestly, it was really clean. Basically, the only thing to clean up is just anticipating some of that bigger damage on the tanks, and that's it.
So I did lose the shaman. I got hit by that whatever that blast wave thing was, but I mean I was pretty far away, so I don't know what the range on that is. I was probably like 25 yards away at least. So I don't know what that was.
Yeah, he moved like 3 steps forward that time and a little bit to the left, and the previous time he came straight at me, so I don't know what to tell you. Crush, that is, that has the blast wave.
Yep.
All right, let's get ready to pull Skull next, everybody. Really good job on our first Guild 25 man kill.
Indeed. Dara, that was probably me for the different positioning because I took a step forward and King walked towards me.
Oh, okay.
All right, on tanks, let's get Skull next.
Pat.
Brood is held. We're gonna peer into him though. Everyone stack on the Brute's ass. Brute's ass. Brute's ass. On diamond, 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 diamond. Don't be too close or you'll get cleaved still. He's facing the group. Everyone get behind him.
Yep.
More brutes.
Turn him away from the raid. Turn the brute away from the raid. Kill Skull. Then cross.
Alistair.
So with multiple brutes, you want to stack them right on top of each other. Have the tanks stand right on top of each other.
Mm-hmm.
In general, this should just be pulled back further, so that when they cry for help, you don't get the chain. Try to get the brute down at least.
Nice.
Hey.
Right. Run out or die. Run back in.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna call that one Galley's fault.
Yep,
Nice,
that's
Gally.
cool.
Clearly.
Thanks, Gally.
Sorry. Got to write on the chalkboard 500 times. I will not call for a pull until the tanks are ready.
Slash roll 100 of 100. See what you get.
I could roll for blame. Ooh, almost a 69. Damn. Mm-mm-mm. So far, Electos for blame. Dara, nice. Carrots with the 99.
Oh, dang.
Oh,
Slipped it in there.
Carrots really wants it.
stays in the family.
Yeah, that
If I
tracks.
can pass blame to Carrots, it's a W in my book.
Thanksgiving real awkward. Carrots doesn't
All right,
let shit go.
Congrats, Carrots.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Congrats.
Could without you.
Yes, Electa, that is true. No, I brought Gara, Hams. You're remembering it wrong.
Oh, then it's even fault.
Wait, you brought Gara?
Sure did. He ran me through Scarlet Monastery when I was like level 40 or something. And then carried me to fucking Fulbus.
While we've got a second rebuffing for the Mulgore's Warhelm. If you're interested, link your current equip in raid chat.
It's almost like I've seen that model somewhere before. That exact. Is that Hunter T1?
Gosh, it sure is strange that neither of the enhancement shamans are linking their helmets.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
With my gem sockets, I actually, according to my pawn stats, the helm I'm using would be better. I mean, I can link mine, but
Sure, you just don't have any gems in it.
yeah, I got it today, and I also bought my epic flyer today, so I'm piss broke. I'm working on it.
Right.
Man, I really thought it would be fitting if the first piece of loot that dropped in a versus raid was DE'd.
Wish granted.
Or that Hams had to link a green.
A couple of the Karas, I think, the loot on the first boss.
I guess.
Yep, the patrol's gone. Now
Pull
it's a
it
good
back,
time to
though, pull it
pull this pull all the way back to where we are now.
Mm-hmm.
MD, let's go.
Go, go, go. Mindful of skull. Mindful of skull. You don't want to get cleaved.
Yep. It's got to go even further.
Yep. Back to the doorway. Back to the doorway. Stack on skull's ass.
There we go.
Nice.
Stack
Charge.
up.
Watch for cleave. Sana Luna.
Everybody should be scanning on diamond. If you're wondering why we do that, it's because of the charge that the brutes do. If we're all stacked up, they don't do it. for the triangle to come back to us. Okay. Congrats, your LAs for this helmet. Even if it's a temporary upgrade, congrats, man.
Congrats.
Nice.
Congrats.
You had the foresight not to get that other helm enchanted.
Galaxy brain.
Congrats.
Triangle's taking its sweet ass time.
Poke it in the
Chat
rear
that
end.
noise.
It'll come after us.
Oh, he's coming back now. Don't misdirect me. What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye, Felicia.
You misdirected and didn't shoot. Hello?
I mean, do you want to die?
I was ready for it. Anyways, yeah, stack on diamond, everybody. Get on the ass. Touch the butt.
Getting a little loot here.
Not the one that misdirected Galley, isn't even though I wanted to.
You'll get your turn.
Sure.
Nice.
2 minutes is 2 minutes that you can misdirect Galleon.
Yep. So both of the tanks tanking a brute should stand right there and face them towards the wall, stack right on top of each other. Everybody be right behind them, just like we were.
Yep, let's pull in tanks.
Yep.
Go, go, go.
You can stack square up with them too. Just like right there is good, yeah, so you don't get cleaved.
Alrighty, Gruul time. Everybody open back up the magic spreadsheet. And look at what group you're in. We're doing a group spread. It's just like Cthulhu. Loose spread. Utilize that slash range. Shit, what is it?
18.
18. Slash range 18. Is DBM, does anyone know, is that working now? Or do you have to manually do 18?
It works.
Okay, cool. So never mind then on that. So yeah, on your range 18, what I would personally do, I always use this on private server, just zoom in your mini map until you're at that 18 range mark. And that's a really good indicator. You can look at every single person's icon on your screen and very easily tell, and just go slightly outside of that range 18. That's a really, really good indicator of where you need to run. I just like stare at my mini map and don't look at anything else because there's a lot of noise on the ground. If you haven't done this fight yet, basically, Gruul is a fairly simple fight, but it's a lot of coordination at the end and not killing your friends. So basically, it's a kind of a DPS check. Like he has a stacking debuff on the tank, and he's just gonna doink them eventually. He does a hateful strike, so you don't want to be second on threat. So careful, careful, careful on your threat. It's a kind of a longer fight, so we're gonna want to lust and pop your short cooldowns at the beginning of the pull. Groups should be set, or they're getting set now. So you're gonna want to cast all your cooldowns at the beginning of the pull. He does a cave in occasionally, so everyone watch out. Basically, it will just rocks will fall from the ceiling. It's really easy to see. That does damage, and he has the stacking damage debuff, which also I think increases the damage to cave in, so that gets more and more deadly as the fight goes on. And then every once in a while, I think it's like a minute or 45 seconds, whatever the timer is, he's going to knock everybody back. And then you're going to have a stacking buff, which slows you down over time. And with that stacking buff, basically, you need to get so you're not 18 yards away from anybody else. It's okay whenever that shatter happens, that if you're like maybe within range of one person, but the more people on it, the more damage it does.
It's also physical damage. So
Yep.
warriors, defensive stance, druids turn to bears, priests enter fire, yada yada.
Exactly.
But divine shield and blessing of protection will not save you.
Right. They will divine shield and cloak will get rid of the if you're oh shit, and ice block as well will get rid of the slow, but it won't get rid of the damage. So if you're like, oh my god, if you're a paladin, mage, or rogue, and you're like, oh my god, I'm gonna instead of blinking, because blinking can be kind of really bad here, just ice block, cloak, and divine shield can get rid of the slow, so you can get somewhere safe.
Okay, yep, and groups should be set now. So if you take a look at the diagram, you can kind of tell which section you'll be in. The only thing is that healers will be just a little bit different. No, don't use consumes yet.
What's the point of the terrain to hide behind?
So if you're like someone who can shoot at super duper max range, all of the areas on the outside that have little pillars standing up, the hill actually goes up behind them, and you can max range his toss around thing. You cannot max range the shatter though, so you can just prevent yourself from getting thrown all over. And that's actually a pretty big deal, right? Especially if you're a healer and you really want to stay planted in your one spot, and you don't need to see the boss all the time. You can tuck yourself in behind those pillars and avoid getting tossed around, and then you're basically able to prevent you and others around you from dying. It's pretty clutch.
Yep, and this is essentially a rinse and repeat fight. Once we have that first knockback and you see how it goes, that's how the fight is for the entire time. The only thing is that stacking buff, he just does more and more damage, which is why it becomes a DPS check.
Yeah, and towards the end of the fight, when he gets a bunch of growth stacks, the healers are going to have to be more and more focused on the main tank and off tank. Because if we lose the main tank and off tank, it's a wipe. Just absolutely cannot lose them. So that means that healing raid damage is going to become more and more impossible, and it'll be up to the raid Hellstone and Bandage after like 8 or 9 growth stacks.
Yep. It's also a good point. Where Diamond is now, as long as when we're buffing, just come up at least this far so that there's no chance that you're outside. Yeah, so groups are set. You should be able to take a look at which section you should be in. However, there are no healers in Group 4 and Group 5. So Frosted, if you want to pick some healers that you want to stand on that side of the room with us.
Yeah, Electo with Group 5 and Leia with Group 4. And then Laren just spread into that Group 3-ish range. I'm not too super concerned about the healer positions in particular groups. Just make sure you give yourself lots of room.
Yep, and every Gruul I've done ever, people tend to like lean towards the front of the room where we're entering. Don't be shy about using that back wall space. It's like really important that we all spread out as much as possible.
Let's give it a shot.
Cool.
You can take salve off the healers here. Let's give the healers kings instead of salve.
Got it.
Or wisdom.
Or wisdom. Hey, your call.
Wisdom will be better.
Well,
They have wisdom.
Okay. Cool.
Potion Man?
I I just got wisdom. We're good.
There we go. All right, cool. Let's get ready to go. 10 seconds on pull. Again, pop cooldowns, everything at the start. If you have a short cooldown, like your 2-minute, 5-minute stuff, pop them right at the pull.
MDs on the tanks on pull.
And also, heroism at pull. After a few seconds, of course, let the tanks get everything under control. Sorry, it's my bad on that call.
Make sure you're spreading out now.
So hero?
Yep, here. Everyone should be spread out.
If you're going to
Much
heroes,
damage.
it has to be on the pull. Because now it's going to be in the middle of the slam.
Watch out for Cave-In, it's at melee. Alright, Lunadorn is second on threat. Remember, you guys don't want to get over that. There it is.
Spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, back to your section.
Gally, using exposed armor?
I am, yes.
Yes, under armor is not stacking, unfortunately.
It won't, but Devastate does more damage. More threat. I can chat later. Ground slam.
Spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Almost 50%. Ground slam.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice job on that shatter. Just keep going for now. Hopefully, if you're not or weren't familiar with the fight and the mechanics, you've kind of got a chance to see everything. You know, the falling rocks, when they start falling, just move out of them. Kind of understand how the quake throws everybody around, and then shatter. You need to spread out before you get frozen rock solid. And then once it's over, get back into your quadrant, basically, or section, or whatever.
Should be ground slam, shatter, and 10. Ground slam.
4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, we got a dead tank. Let's pile it up and get a good attempt in.
Stand in the rocks.
Get to the door, get to the door, get to the door. I'll just start eating everybody.
If you're dead in the room, just start running in. Cool. Does anybody have any questions based on what we just did?
It's the main thing that's killing us, the like AoE from the stone slam explodey thing.
Yeah, the shatter is basically the primary mechanic in this fight. If you're gonna die, it should be from that. If you die from something else, it's either because you took aggro or you stood in the falling rocks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just be very mindful of threat. Again, he does a hateful on the second highest threat. Does a shatter shit on not shatter shit. Sorry, the fucking falling rocks on random targets, and then shatter are basically the only stuff you have to really worry about.
If you got shatter shit, you might want to see a doctor.
Oh, do you want wreck after 9 stacks or?
No, in fact, we just shouldn't use it on this fight.
Okay.
Yeah, do we have someone on Imp demo? If not, I will be on it.
I don't have it.
Phoebe, do you have Imp demo?
I do not.
Okay, I'll be on demo. Also, can I get salvation instead of might?
Was pretty good overall though. We lost a few on the early shatters, and the first couple of shatters are all going to be the hardest ones, right? Because there's maximum number of people to spread out with. If a couple people die, the shatter mechanic ironically actually becomes easier to handle because there are less people to spread out. Obviously, we don't want people to die, but you know, some deaths actually at the towards the middle of the fight can make finishing the fight easier. Of course, it's like I said, something you never plan to kill people at a specific time. Just know that the earlier shatters are the most important ones.
You got to open mic, Taylor.
So please remember that as we're buffing up and everything, you should move into the room. It should not be behind those gates.
Are we using consumes this time?
Nope.
Alrighty. From that attempt, any new questions?
You want to check if Feign Death gets rid of the slow effect as well?
I don't believe it does. But if someone could verify.
Oh, right.
All right. Here's a ready check.
Also, again, try to spread out because there was a lot of people at the front of the room.
Yeah, like I said, zoom in on your mini map. You can use that as a guide for spreading out. It makes it a lot easier, as well as your DBM range indicator. And heroes about to be back up. Yeah, everybody, we're gonna heroism on the pole. Pop your cooldowns. Pump as much damage before that first shatter while we have 25 up.
So like while we're still running in, pop it?
I'll call for
Give
it.
it just yeah.
Okay.
Give it a little bit of time. We should be doing some chain misdirects on BB, so threat shouldn't be an issue. But yep.
You need one misdirect to be on a second tank as well, though.
Oh right. Okay.
I'll stay on thumb threat. Yeah.
All right. So carrots get Phoebe, Taz get I guess Daylon for second threat, and then ZD get that second wave of misdirect if you see a tank behind.
Okay.
Because our tanks need to be 1 and 2.
All right. Everyone's ready. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right. Heroism now.
Watch out for falling rocks.
A lot of room in the back.
Five seconds.
Get ready for ground slam anytime. Get ready to spread out. All right, spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh no. Oh, nice. All right, no deaths. Well done, everybody. Back to your starting spots. More DPS.
Does it matter if we're behind him or no? Or like to his side?
Same. There's no cleave.
Okay.
Just
Yep,
the
just
dodge
parry.
stuff. Yeah.
Yep.
Ground slam is off cooldown. Could be anytime. There
Ground
it is.
slam.
Spread out. I'm like right in the middle under the boss.
2, 1.
Should be okay. Nice job. Back to your positions.
Nice.
Field day. Nice.
Left stands up.
Push DPS. Let's go. Big pump. Unless you're War Zero, then be careful.
Oh, shadow.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, there you go. God, I love that spell.
Need demo shout, please. And commanding shout if we have it.
Them could be any time. There it is, spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Nice job. Back to position. Big deeps. May be able to kill him here if we push. If your CDs are back up, if your trinkets are back up, use them.
I'm ready.
Commanding shout, please.
Healers prioritize tanks.
There's a chance we get one more shadow. Just keep DPSing.
$250K.
All heals on tanks.
That's my bad. Should use shield wall.
1%. Put him down. Yeah.
Well done.
Nice.
Hype. Nice job, guys. What fucking clean shatters. Holy shit. Like 0 deaths on all shatters? Well done. Holy shit. Alright, let's res the dead and let's all stand in front of his drooling face and take a screenshot here.
Hell yeah, brother.
Good job, everybody. Holy shit. That was clean. Like, that was clean.
Super clean. Super duper clean.
Well, mini map tracking humans for hunters worked very nicely.
We're getting to Pretty Bird's belly here.
Like a little chiclet.
It's a good place to be.
Alright. Huddle up. Did we get hams up? We did. Nice job, guys. All right, let's handle these purples, and then we'll head to make Therodon. Congrats 4-0 for T4 shoulder.
Congrats.
Congrats.
Looks like we lost Phoebe.
Let's get a shout portal real quick. Everyone fly down or hold.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
portal.
I'm gonna scoop the loot and bring it with us.
Corrupt.
Stormwind.
What?
Yeah. What kind of troll? Here's a Shatrith here.
Oh my god.
Come on, Hiccup.
Drop a Shatrith in Stormwind as well.
No, we're just getting on ahead, guys.
Next level.
Make sure you guys are fair on your way to make that one.
Damn it, Galley.
Can't believe
I'm
Hiccups.
sorry, guys. My bad.
I thought we were doing Oni.
Scary about to hit us with that Karazhan port.
Don't forget to repair.
Yep, make sure you repair before you go to Meg. If you don't know where Meg Therodon's lair is, it's at Hellfire Citadel, just around the backside of all the instances.
Yep, way at the top.
No, way at the bottom.
Okay. Lincoln interest for the leather healing helm. Cowl of Nature's Breath.
That's a lot of stats. 42 int.
Mm-hmm.
Watcher's Color has 36 too.
Dang, look at this stuff.
Okay, Grats maybe.
Look at
Grats. Grats.
Grass.
Once you get here, guys, continue to click summons, please. Lincoln interest in the Gauntlets of Martial Perfection. Hmm. Well, no, they're not BOE. Sorry, bud. Grats Frost.
Congrats.
Thanks, everyone.
Grats.
Grats. Wow, Gauntlets of Annihilation are really sick because it's like almost as much strength.
It's the sockets, though.
Yeah.
But yeah, GOA were level 70 loot in that in AQ.
Wild.
You're a lot more chunky with those gloves too. Oh, it's a wild Phoebe.
Oh.
I'm here. I was just on the other side.
Anybody need a summon? Last call.
You.
Real quick.
Say final warning instead.
That's fair.
And using last chance.
There you go.
Not seeing a fancy Google Doc with the word mag on it.
Gosh, I wonder if somebody was still doing summons and is about to post it for you.
Ooh.
Hole.
But yeah, direct your attention to raid discussion. It will be posted momentarily.
All
wait,
right.
it wasn't combined into the sheet, Kelly?
It should all be there. Oh, Frost had linked the wrong sheet.
I what? It's not my fault. It's not.
Oh
No.
my God.
My
Frost.
good.
All right, Taz, never mind. You were right.
Oh, that's why my deleting the thing didn't. That's why that joke didn't make sense.
That's why that didn't register.
I was like, what are you talking about? I don't see it. Fun.
I saw it and I was like, what the hell is he talking about? Like, that's not there. It's right there.
I'm just doing my part.
Can we kick Frosted, please?
Here we go. New sheet. In raid discussion.
Nice.
View the tab on the bottom that says Meg Strat. We're going to talk about Meg just a little bit up here at the top of the ramp, and then we're going to do trash. Just want everybody staring at the spreadsheet and chatting about it right now, just so that we can have an idea and ask questions maybe while we clear trash.
Oh my god.
Basically, Meg Therodon is a 3-phase fight. The first phase is the hardest part of the whole fight. There's 5 channeler ads that are spread out around the room. They'll be marked with skull, X, star, square, and moon. And they also have a cube next to them, and we'll get to the cube later. Cube doesn't matter for phase 1, but it certainly will for phase 2. So in phase 1, basically our goal is to kill the 5 channelers in about 2 minutes time. If there's still some channelers up after 2 minutes, that's okay, but we will need to handle the remaining channelers and the boss at the same time for just a little while, because Meg Therodon will become active at the 2-minute mark. So, I mean, hopefully we have 4, and we're working on the 5th one by the time that happens. When that happens, a couple of hunters will misdirect onto Daylon, and we will get the boss positioned away while we continue killing the final channeler. Channelers have 2 abilities, and both can be interrupted. The first is the Shadow Bolt Volley, which deals damage to everybody in 30 yards, and the second is Dark Mending, which heals an ally target within 30 yards. So basically, we don't want them Shadow Bolt volleying, and we don't want them healing either, so we're going to interrupt both of them. At the start of the fight, all of the DPSing Skull are responsible for interrupting both of those. So if you are not somebody assigned to interrupt something else, you are interrupting both Shadow Bolt Volley and Dark Mending on the Skull. So basically, I'm talking to you unless you're Daylon, Frost, Phoebe, Urelic, Galley, Knit, Socks, or Emotion Man. If you're not one of those 8 people, then you should be on Skull and interrupting. Whatever they cast. The Volley or the Mending, you can pick your favorite and just interrupt it. And then as we move from Skull, obviously the kill order will be Skull, X, Square, Moon, and then Star. And that'll just kind of go around the room. If you scroll down just below the phase 3 and look at the phase 1 Meg Therodon image, right, what's going to happen right away on the poll is the Skull, the X, and the Star are all going to get pulled near each other, right up in the front there, between where the Skull and the X start. That's what those arrows are pointing at. And the Square and the Moon are going to be pulled together in the back. We're going to DPS down Skull X and then we're gonna move back. We're gonna kill square and moon, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna kill star. Right? So we're gonna kill 2 targets up front. Then we're gonna go to the back. We're gonna kill 2 targets. Then we're gonna go back to where we started and kill the last one. Warlocks are gonna be in the middle of the room, kind of between the two, because what's gonna happen is burning abyssals are gonna spawn throughout this phase. They're only alive for 1 minute and then they despawn. They kill themselves. So we don't really want to waste damage killing them. We just want to CC them. Paladins, you can fear them with your turn undead. Priests, you can fear them. Warriors, you can fear them. Warlocks, especially, you can fear these mobs. You can also banish them. You're going to want to use your 30-second banish on one of them, probably one of the first ones that spawn. And after that 30-second banish, you do one more 30-second banish, and then it'll just explode, right? They only last for 1 minute. So 2 30-second banishes on the same abyssal will handle them completely. I believe they can also be stunned. They can also be hunter trapped. If you notice one that's banished, you can drop a trap in front of it so that when the banish ends, it gets trapped, or you can drop freezing traps just within the healers and casters so that if one gets loose, it comes over, it gets trapped. Whatever you think is best, just try to help out with that. Long story short, that's a lot of words to say. We want to CC these mobs. We don't want to kill them. And that's basically phase 1, right? So the only other thing you need to know is that as we kill the channelers, they buff the other channelers. So when Skull dies, the other 4 become more powerful. And when X dies, the remaining 3 become more powerful. And when Square dies, the remaining 2. And when Moon dies, Star becomes more powerful. So when we get to the end, Star is going to be a pretty chonky dude. He's going to be hitting more damage than the rest of them were, and he's also going to like grow in size, right? So, and that actually doesn't matter at all, but it's intimidating. So you're you need to know that so that you're very afraid when we get to the star.
Okay.
We are going to heroism in phase 1. As I said, phase 1 is kind of the most difficult part of the fight. Once we get into phase 2, if we get into phase 2 cleanly, we should be just okay. At that point, all we're doing really is clicking cubes and healing the tank, avoiding fire on the ground. So phase 1 is the important bit. What we're going to do is we're going to kill Skull, and we're going to kill X, and then we're going to heroism. We're going to use heroism to kill Square and Moon. Heroism should last long enough to kill both of them, and then we'll have Star left over. We'll finish Star with any time left on heroism, and then that'll take us into phase 2. When phase 2 starts, the boss is going to get pulled to the back of the room. So his tail is going to be facing all of us that are kind of stacked up in the center of the room. And everybody else just DPSing kind of behind him. And yeah, I mean, in this phase, like the only things going on besides the cube clicking, and I'm going to talk about the cubes once we get down into the room. I just want to kind of get everything else in your head first. Only other things going on besides the cubes is the fire that will pop up on the ground. Obviously, you just move out of it. And the quake. So every 50 seconds, he will quake, which for 7 seconds just tosses you around. Basically, you're going to have very little control over where you're going, although you can move just a little bit in between each bounce that it does. But yeah, he's going to bounce you all around the room. So the only reason quake really matters is if you are somebody who's about to be clicking a cube, you need to make sure that you're nearby your cube ahead of time, and that even as the quake is going on, you're like repositioning yourself to be near the cube, right? So when it's coming up to be your time to click, you don't want to be doing anything else except focusing on being next to that cube and being ready to go. All right, so that's enough to think about. I think we'll clear trash and ask questions as we move down. So if you're missing any buffs, throw buffs on people real quick, and we'll do this trash.
Interrupt these guys too.
Yep, these guys just need to be interrupted and move out of the rain of fire. Let's have Daylon, can you take Skull, Phoebe take X, and Aluna take Square?
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. Or wait a second. Where's that patrol at?
Not here.
Okay, let's do it.
I'm pulling these back because patrol will come eventually.
Yep, on this ramp is fine.
Interrupts are big here.
Or if you can do cursive tongues on these.
Move, move, move.
Patrol is coming up. Move up the hill a bit.
That's an aggro dump, by the way.
Oh, what?
Nice.
Okay, we'll let the patrol go past and we'll go down to the left side first. Just throw some spot buffs on me and we'll keep doing trash. Me and Pretty Bird and I, rather. Also, Hunter's link interest for these legs. Tier 4. Okay, go ahead for these. Oh, the pat's coming back immediately? I thought it went all the way around. Yeah, no, it goes around. Let's go. Kill these.
Move.
Y'all might want to wait till I actually hit the mob.
Yep. Also, want to come in and use the space where they are. If we're on the ramp, it's kind of a choke point for the Rain of Fire. Let's use this room. Alright. Yeah, let's go down. Let's go down. We're going to have to go to the other side and get those channelers. Holy shit, that one was hard to target. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, on the pole, just go up, use the space that they're in.
Yep. Here we go.
I need just a minute. You guys go find that patrol and kill it.
Yay.
Where are you, Mr. Patrol? Wait, we're going 2 separate ways, guys. This is not.
Yeah, go down. Stay together.
Split up, gang.
This way we can cover more ground.
It's like a horror movie. To find the bad guy, you gotta go separate ways.
Like a pincher attack on them.
Most movies go terribly wrong after somebody suggests a split up.
Yeah, galley, go the other way. I found him! Would have been shorter to go the other way.
All right, let's all pile up at the top here.
We did about a 355.
We're here for a good time, not a long time.
Okay, we're all here. Let's pile in.
I are not there.
All right. Fire hot, fire hot.
You live in Portland?
Okay, we'll run back down to the bottom.
Hey, look, there's Scary.
There he is. Okay, while Scary's AFK, I'll use this time up. So, yeah, as we can see, we have a friend. Dara is just running around inside the room. Yeah, the fight does not start until you hit a channeler. So really, really do not attack a channeler and wipe us in here.
Instructions
But-
unclear.
Right.
So questions? Can I ask?
Absolutely.
So I'm on X interrupt. So immediately at the beginning of the fight, I will be on X to interrupt Dark Mending. That makes sense. Then for the cube calls, I assume we'll call out like Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. Because I'm Group 3 on Moon, until I hear Group 2 being called, I'm free to DPS wherever. Then after Group 2 is called, that's when I should focus on being on that top where Moon is right now, no matter what. Like, even if I don't DPS, it's better to just be in the area of my cube.
Yeah, so Scary is going to go over the full rotation, but the basic main mechanic of this fight, after we kill this phase 1 thing, right? Blast Wave is no sooner than every 30 seconds, and he can hold off later. So until Blast Wave is coming up off cooldown, basically until you would be the next person to click, it's ideal for you to stay away from any clickable spots so that you don't proc any ceiling drops on the cube.
Okay.
When it is your turn to click, a good idea is to stand behind the cube, put yourself between the cube and the wall, right? You can see where Frosted is standing by Star, because you'll get tossed all around during the earthquake, which sometimes happens right before. And it's good to try and keep your bearings and not be like me, who wiped a GDKP yesterday by getting tossed out of your spot and then running to the wrong cube.
Gotcha.
Um,
Does DBM announce when Blast Wave is going to be off cooldown or ready to cast?
Yeah, there's a timer, and we'll shout it. And then I think Scary is going to have like a super baller macro. But what you guys should do, right? These targets are marked right now with our kill order. But after we kill them, there won't be any marks here telling you like who's going to do what. So you see that we have 20 people in these click groups, and then with 4 backup folks. If you're in click group 1, that's Pretty Bird on Skull, Illuna on X, Gara on Square, Trash Pander on Moon, which is a great name, War Zero on Star. If you're those people and you're in group 1, then you're going to start that first phase of Magtheridon standing nearest to the spot where this guy is currently marked. But you need to memorize that spot because there won't be a friendly mark telling you where to go when it gets to that phase, right? And it's the same for the other groups, 2, 3, and 4, right? 2 has a bunch of hunters and mages, 3 with the shams, 4 with the other shams. Pay attention to that sheet, figure out what your order is and where you're going to stand when you stand there. And I think we'll probably drill that before we go.
Yep, we sure will. I'm back, by the way. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, so at risk of reiterating some things that Frosted may have just said, I'm basically going to go over this whole thing. So first things first, we're going to talk about phase 1 again. So at the start of the fight, first of all, can we have everybody just come to the center of the room right in front of him and just stand here in front of Diamond? That way we're all looking around from the same perspective. Okay. So the very first thing to learn is each of these cubes, right now they have a mark over their head, but when it's your time to go and click, that mark won't be there, right? Because we're going to kill all the channelers in phase 1. So you need to know which cube spot is yours without that mark being there to help you, okay? So if you, say for example, I'm a skull cube clicker, that's easy, you know, it's right by the door. If I'm an X cube clicker, I just need to use the door as a point of reference, or use the back of the room as a point of reference. You know, get your bearings somehow and know that this is the X cube, even without this X guy being here. So, you know, and that goes for the other cubes as well. Okay, but yeah, phase 1. So first things first, on the pole, every mob here in the first half of the room, the skull, the X, and the star are all going to get pulled over basically into this space right over here where I'm strafing back and forth. This is where we're going to fight skull and X at the start of the fight. After skull and X are dead, DPS, we're going to rotate back here. This is where Square and Moon are going to be. We're going to kill Square and Moon. This is where we're going to heroism as well, is back here while we're killing Square and Moon. And then after Square and Moon are dead, we're going to come back up here, and this is where Star will be, and Star will be our last kill target. The reason we come back up here is because that while we're back up in this front part of the room, the boss is going to become active, and Daylon is going to need to pick him up and pull him back against this wall here. So in phase 2, the boss will be against this wall where Diamond is now. You never ever want to be in front of the boss. You never ever want to be even close to in front of the boss, because if you get quaked and you get tossed right in front of him and he cleaves, you're dead. Big time. You're big dead. It happened to me yesterday. Big dead. Very dead. Very much so. No coming back from that. Do not get cleaved. Yeah, so that's a good thing to know. But Skull and X and Star at the start. So right away on the pole, we've got tanks assigned. Daylon is going to be tanking the skull and the X. Okay, so on the pole, he's going to pick up the skull, but he's going to need to misdirect the X onto him. Okay, that's going to be carrots. On the pole, carrots, you're going to misdirect onto Daylon, and you're going to shoot cross the X so that it goes to him. Stack them up kind of in between here. Same thing in the back. On the start of the pole, Phoebe is going to pick up the square, but he's going to need a misdirect for the moon. Taz, you're going to misdirect the moon over to Phoebe. Phoebe's going to tank both of them right here. Basically behind where Magtheridon is now. And then the last mob will be Aluna. Aluna's going to pick up the star. She doesn't even need a misdirect. She's going to just grab that star, and she's going to bring it right over here to Skull and X. Sure, you can give her one anyway if you want. No problem, but it may be better used on the skull, because we're all going to open DPS on the skull, and we want Daylon to have a nice big lead on that. All right. So also in the phase 1 box, you can see assignments for interrupts and for heals. Okay, so as I said upstairs, all the DPS are going to be hitting skull at the start. All the DPS are responsible for interrupting both the volley and the mending on the skull. As we move down the list, of course, that responsibility shifts to everybody, but until the entire raid's focus is on the next target, The 8 people listed below are going to need to handle the interrupts. So before Skull is dead, Daylon will interrupt the volley on X, and Frost will interrupt the mending on X. And then until both Skull and X are dead, Phoebe will handle the volley on square, and Urelic will handle the mending on square. Yes, that does mean that if you're a DPS assigned to those interrupts, you need to be on that target from the start. So Frost will be on X the whole time, Urelic will be on square the whole time, Galley on moon, Knit on moon, and myself on star. Yeah, so just make sure that if you're somebody who's assigned to interrupts, that you're on that target from the beginning. And if you're a healer, take a look at that last column. Electo with Daylon, Leia with Daylon, Frosted with Phoebe, Laren with Phoebe, Emotion Man with Aluna, and Mayumi. Just roll hots, as many hots as you can. Hots everywhere. Hots on the tanks, hots on the warlocks. Just hot it up. Yeah.
If our interrupts are going well, the main source of damage and deaths in the early phase is going to be from the abyssal guys. So the CC is absolutely critical if we want to keep a good number of folks alive into the next phase.
Yep, so that is the very next part, is that Burning Abyssals are dropping down. Warlocks, I want you to fear and banish them as your priority. If you lose damage on the target in order to fear and banish, that's awesome. You did it right. Please make sure that they're feared and banished at all times. Everybody else should be helping out with that as well. There are going to be more Abyssals than just our 2 Warlocks can handle, so you will need to lend a hand. Hunters, you will need to trap at some point. Priests, don't be afraid to Psychic Scream. Warriors, Intimidating Shout. Hammer of Justice. All your abilities, CC those guys. Make sure we have them under control, because just like Frosted said, if we have deaths in phase 1, if it's not due to Shadow Volleys, it's due to Abyssals, so let's make sure that we control those as best we can. So I think that's enough about phase 1. You guys fucking understand. I've been talking forever. So phase 2, cubey time. Big fun, happy fun cubes. This is the main mechanic of the fight, right? So provided we beat phase 1, phase 2, the entirety of phase 2 is literally just DPSing the boss and doing the cubes correctly. So how do the cubes work? The cube, when you click on it, is a channeled ability, just like a Drain Life or like a Blizzard, or a Mind Flay, that kind of thing. So you need to stand still while you do it. You need to not click the cube twice. You just click it one time and let the ability channel away. Okay. And when do I click the cube? This is important. You need to know exactly when to click. If you're looking at the spreadsheet, you will see I actually just snipped the DBM notification right out of the center of your screen. So that Blast Nova - interrupt Magtheridon with the combustion icon on either side of it, that will pop up big as hell in the middle of your screen from DBM that says Blast Nova interrupt Magtheridon. As soon as you see that text in the middle of your screen, that is when you click your cube. When you click your cube, it will start to channel onto Magtheridon one of these purple beams. Basically, if all 5 purple beams aren't hitting Magtheridon by the time he finishes casting Blast Wave, we wipe. Okay, so all 5 beams have to hit Mag before he finishes his cast, or we wipe. After you've clicked the cube, you can no longer click a cube for 3 minutes. That is why we need to have 4 different teams of clickers. So right now we're going to go through and we're going to practice our cube clickers. Basically, you're just going to run over to your cube when your notification comes up. So this is what you're going to see in the middle of the fight. The first blast wave is going to happen 60 seconds after phase 2 begins. So about 45 seconds before, about 45 seconds into phase 2, you're going to get one of these. And you're going to run to your cube. And you're going to get ready to click on it. So I should see Pretty Bird at Skull, and I do. I should see Aluna at X, and I do. Gara at Square, and I do. Trash at Moon, and War Zero at Star. Perfect. And then the next group will go a minute later. So those first 5 come back to the center. Next 5 go out to your cube. Looks good. Back to the middle. Group 3. Looks good. And group 4.
The backups work if somebody dies.
Yep, and then the 4 backups that are available would be Leia, Laren, Mayumi, and Daylon. You 4 will be responsible for picking up a cube on the fly. Was
Not Daylon.
Yeah.
Phoebe.
Yeah, sorry, Phoebe. Well, what in tarnation?
Hold on, I'm in group 3 on this macro.
No, it just is misled.
What in nation?
Scary, do you need to borrow my abacus?
There
Yeah.
we go.
Send me the abacus on over.
All right.
Yeah, sorry. So that last backup should be Phoebe rather than Daylon. That's my mistake. Just to make sure. Hopefully we don't need those things at all, but it is definitely possible that people die. So just be ready to adapt if needed. Once again, these marks are not going to be here for your benefit when it comes time to click. So take note of where your cube is. And if it helps, look at the right side after the click group 4. I did kind of try to include like a cardinal direction along with it. Like the skull is the southern or the door cube. X is southwest in the room, square is northwest, moon is northeast, and star is southeast. So if that helps you, by all means use that.
So when we see the macro, how soon before that should we sort of be in place?
If you see the macro, you should be headed there and doing basically nothing except focusing on your cube.
And then we'll see the emote from DBM when to click.
Yep, and it'll pop up, and I'll also say click now. When I see it in the center of my screen, I'll say something as well. The reason that you want to head to your cube early and hang out in that space is once again because of the quake that goes on. So I should already be here, and then quake will start to happen. I'm gonna get bounced all around. It's gonna be annoying as hell. And say like quake ends, and I'm over here. I don't want to be over here. I want to be next to my star cube because that's the one that I'm theoretically clicking in this example. So like quake is over and I'm way over here. I need to get back to star as soon as possible. Be standing right here next to my cube, just waiting to see that notification to click. Because clicking my cube is the most important thing I can do for the group, because if I don't click my cube accurately, I wipe the raid.
So when we see that raid warning, that's just to get into position, not click the cube. I just want to be clear with that.
Correct. The raid warning will happen. I'll do it like just before the quake so that you have time to head towards your cube. Then you'll get quaked. And then shortly after that, you'll have to click. And again, your cue to click is that text in the center of your screen, and hopefully me in voice as well.
I had a lot of success putting my ass against the wall before the bounce house because you can get bounced into the wall and then you have a lower chance of being far away from your cube.
Yep. Okay. So only other thing I want to mention, I think, before we give it a shot for the first time, is that Warlocks, you can both drop a soul well on this side of the room, and we can use Hellstones, and you can grab new ones out of the bucket during the fight. So if we drop those just before we pull, we'll be able to use extra Hellstones during the fight, which is very important. Especially in phase 1, do anything you can. If you're taking damage from a burning abyssal or something, try to help your healers out. You want to avoid as much damage as possible and help them heal through as much damage as possible. But yeah, I mean, I can only talk about it for so long before we just need to pull it and get eyes on it. So if everybody does, if anybody's got any questions real quick, I'll answer those, and then we'll just give this a shot. So.
What is the risk of clicking the cube too early?
You will have the debuff. You will not be able to click again for 3 minutes, and we will need to get somebody into your position and ready to click before he casts and finishes the Blast Nova. Otherwise, you've basically wiped the raid by clicking early.
What I mean is, like, let's say it's my turn, and oops, I clicked it before you called for it. How long does it channel or whatever?
5 seconds.
Okay.
And it drains your health while channeling, so you can let it ride out, and it's ideal to do so because he takes a bunch of damage if all 5 purple beams are on him, just like they are now, he takes 100% more damage. But if you're gonna die to having clicked the beam too long, and he's already been stunned, then you can break your click. But the primary thing is click it exactly one time and then just let the channel ride. Keep an eye on your health, but let the channel ride.
And if you see someone else break theirs because they got low, then there's no point in you continuing your channel after the blast wave has been canceled. So just get
Correct.
Okay. Anybody else? Questions about your job, about mechanics in general?
Tremor is pretty good for the first phase because I think the Infernal guys fear, right?
Yeah. And yeah, we will want to start with a fear ward on each tank. So. Yep, let's throw fear ward onto Daylon, and it looks like one onto Aluna, and then we'll give this a shot. Check your buffs, make sure you've got everything you need. Perfect, drop some health buckets. Remember what you're misdirecting, remember what you're tanking, remember who you're healing, remember what you're interrupting. We'll use heroism when I call for it.
Remember the Titans.
Remember those Titans, absolutely. All right. There is 2 ranks of Hellstone here, so make sure you grab one from both buckets. Okay. Without further ado, tanks, you should be chilling next to your first target, and MDs will come from the other one. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
First Abyssal. Make sure you get that volley on X. Motion Man mending on Star.
Yeah, he resisted my first.
Lost Phoebe.
Yep, we lost a couple people. There's a bunch of Infernals very quickly. But yeah, there are going to be a bunch of Infernals. So hopefully everybody's got a chance just to kind of see what phase 1 is going to look like. I'm going to make one little change. And that is just that we're going to keep Star over where Star starts. Rather than pull him closer to Skull and X. With our DPS right now, it'll just make more sense to have him out of range for healing. Run in. Run back in. We'll do it again. Anybody have any questions based on what we just saw or anything else?
I think I found a reset spot.
So if we're tanking Star over there, then he probably won't be casting heals, and I'll just be on volley then.
Yeah, we'll just trade off on volley. I actually think it's possible for him to volley sooner than counter spells cooldown.
I think it's definitely possible. I think it's about 10 seconds where the window opens up.
Yep, we're gonna run in. We're gonna pull it again. No consumes just yet. And then we'll get a little bit more experience with phase 1, I think, and after that, we'll be able to consume up and go hard on it. So don't worry about consumes for this pull.
And since we're gonna have buckets around the room, do not be afraid to use your healthstone if you like get below half. Just do it.
Yep, in fact, be eager to use your Hellstone. Grab a new one.
And also healers, if the infernals get out of hand, it causes the healing to be a little intense, but you want to have pretty good mana at the start of phase 2, so don't be afraid to pop your potions.
By the way, Gret's CD on the legs.
Congrats.
Congrats. Thank you.
Alright, everybody's back down here. Let's get buffs up. Get those buckets down. So Phoebe died at one point. Was that just because of the abyssals running around up there by Square and Moon?
Yeah, it's just chaos up there.
Okay. Yep. If you guys get a lot of abyssals up there, make sure that you holler or something so that we can get some more people over there to help CC and whatnot. Okay, I want to go again pretty quick here. All right, everyone's ready. Same thing, except this time Star is going to stay over here in this corner. And also, I would like for us to use Heroism as soon as we get Skull and X together here. We're going to pop Hero and use it to kill Skull and X. Okay. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Yep, go Nit. Big deeps on Skull.
You first or Misak?
I'll get it first.
Okay.
Longer seating.
We have aspect of the pack out.
Got an abyssal. Gotta hit those volleys, guys.
Moon arrow up down. Need back up.
Phoebe down.
move to the door. Let's swipe it up.
Where's that?
We're gonna run back in, and then we'll take just a 5-minute break. We'll come back and we'll do some more attempts at it. So die quick, run in, take a little break. Okay, everybody's just about back in. We'll just run down to the bottom here. I'll start a 5-minute timer. You stretch your legs, get some water, grab a beer, do whatever you need to do. Put salmon in the oven. Hey, if that's what you need to do. You
Is that a euphemism?
Only if you're from Norway.
Okay, 5 minutes. BRB. Okay. That's our break time. Looks like everybody's back online, so that's good to see. Start tossing some buffs out. We're going to make just a couple changes here as we go into the next pull. So we basically we have need for a little bit more DPS on Skull and X at the start of the fight, and honestly just throughout the fight. So in order to help with that, what we're going to do is we're going to ignore the mending interrupts on both Square and Moon until we move back to those targets. In reality, we really don't care if they cast mending while they're in the back of the room, because the mobs that we're killing are more than 30 yards away from them, so they're not going to be healing them anyway. So Relic and Knit, we're going to move you guys up to the front of the room. You guys are going to help DPS on Skull. Emotion Man, I'm going to have you cover the volley on Star. I'm going to help with Skull as well.
Yeah, I can get everyone. The only thing is, if it resists, then I will miss it, but can't help that.
If it resists, it resists. We can heal through that damage. The volley damage isn't terrible. It's just the volley damage on top of the other things, you know, where we don't like it. So, yep. So that should help with a little bit more DPS on Skull. We'll see if that gets us moving through phase 1 just a little faster. But otherwise was pretty good. I see a lot of people fearing, stunning, CCing, banishing abyssals. Keep that up, and remember, you know, that if there is an abyssal that's nearby you and it's CC'd, you may want to, you know, take a few steps away from it as well, because right when it comes out of its banish, it could just turn and thwack you, you know. So don't be chilling out next to one of them. All right, check your buffs. Let's do it again.
Are we consuming?
No, let's hold off one more. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Consume this one. Let's go. Let's push. Big DPS on Skull. Let's see what we got.
Turn it up.
Turn.
Pump it up.
Don't you know?
Okay. Everybody is ready. Let's drop those buckets. Hey, in case you didn't know, his blood will be the end of us.
Huh.
Yeah, I was choking on it before.
All right, here we go.
Lewd. But is his blood best for tanking Veil?
Big deeps on
Obviously.
Skull. Big deeps on Skull. Heroism is ready, right?
Yep.
Yep, let's go. Big. Too big. Interrupt. Okay. Should never finish a mending cast on the primary DPS target. That's pretty unacceptable. On to X next. Okay, back to Square. Nice job in these CCs. Aluna's got an Abyssal on her. Yep. Oh.
Did.
Did.
Star's just doing its star thing.
Yeah, we got tanks down. Go ahead and wipe it up. We'll run in.
Were the early deaths a combination of aggro and infernal guys?
Yeah, mostly just over threat.
Aggro.
Part of that is my bad. I want to ask because I don't know exactly how this interacts. Is exposed armor preventing you from using any threat generating abilities?
No.
I'm not exposing these guys.
Okay.
Only use that on bosses after 5 sunders, and it shouldn't prevent any. It'll actually generate more threat with Devastate with IEA up.
Okay, great. I just wanted to double check if that was impacted. So, if not, I think really all we need to do is just wait a few more seconds for Daylon to get a little bit of a lead on that skull. Because that was, I mean, it was great DPS on him, and that's kind of the DPS that we need to have. So all we really need to do is not overthreat, myself included.
I need my first few abilities to not miss.
That will also help. That will help immensely. If you're getting a bunch of misses right away, feel free to say that as well, so that way we can adjust DPS accordingly.
And here's the scary part in it. I have more hit than most tanks.
So it's just pretty unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
RNG, baby.
What happened?
My first few abilities missed. Walked up to the Chandler, shield slam, miss. White hit, miss.
Hit him from behind.
Right.
It do be like that sometimes.
I'll work on that.
Yeah, you gotta work on that a little bit.
Okay, I got a plan. Outside the door here, before I go in, everyone put down Archmage Vargoth. He'll give us good RNG.
Alright, sounds good.
Someone kick that man out of the guild.
I'm glad we all still have this quest item in our inventory.
Vargoth's the homie, of course.
I don't even remember what quest he's for at this point.
Okay. What's heroism cooldowns?
5 minutes.
Anyone have a 5-minute story?
Nope, we're gonna do a pull here for sure. Don't worry about consumes on this fight if you haven't already popped them. Here's a ready check. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Moon's just running right to the hunter. Moon's moving into oblivion.
Moon seems to be misdirected to the wrong target.
Sorry, wife had to talk to me.
Nope. Skull just about down.
Feared Phoebe, cooldowns.
On X. Alright,
Abyssal up.
back to square. On a moon. Need to get this abyssal away from Aluna. There it goes. Daylon, get ready for Meg in 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Start pulling moon towards star. Start moving moon towards star. Everybody needs to get away from where moon is now. That's where the boss is going to be tanked. Okay, all DPS on star. Heals on Daylon. Get debuffs on the boss. Your demo shout, your thunderclap. Otherwise, kill star.
No back here either.
No.
Commanding shout if you would, please.
Blast Nova in 30 seconds.
Yep. Don't worry, just get star down. Here's the quake. Group 1, start heading to your spot.
I can't.
Just go.
We going on boss now?
Yep, DPS is all on boss now. This is yours, Luna, right here. Yep. All right, click now. Click, 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 click.
Good.
Got him.
That's the whole fight. That is the whole fight.
Plus falling ceiling.
Yes, in phase 3. Group 2 will be next. You can start to move towards your spot, but you can still like DPS and stuff. Careful that cleave. All right, cube clickers, be ready to click. Click now.
Got him.
Awesome.
Watch the fire.
Group 3 clicks. You guys are next. Quake should be soon.
Get your spots.
Be near your cube. Get ready to click. Just hang on. Click now, click now. Very nice. Next clickers.
Someone ends early, you guys gotta stop channeling because you're just taking damage.
Yep.
Heroes up.
I'll hold it for now. One other thing, we need to keep wisdom on the boss the whole fight. If one paladin is able to do that.
Got it.
Quake should be soon. Be near your cube. Be ready to go. There's the Quake. Be ready to click very quickly after this. Yep, click now, click now. Got him. Alright, heroism.
Commanding chow, please.
Wisdom on boss, please. Paladin.
Group
And
one,
resistance.
group one is clicking in. Alright, when he hits 30%, he's going to stun us for a second. Just be aware. After that, the ceiling will start falling occasionally. If you haven't used your Hellstones, and click now, click now, click now, click now. Nice job. That was close, but we got it.
Got him.
Alright, here's phase 3. The ceiling may fall. If and when it does, use a Hellstone and a potion. And Quake. Potion now, Hellstone now. Group 2 clicks, we're next. If you have Karn, use it. If you have Battle Res, use it. Get these people up.
I'll get Laren.
I gotcha. Motion man.
Thanks, sorry.
Ready to click, cube clickers. Click now.
It's white.
Star doesn't have a click.
That's it.
Was Hiccup dead?
She was clicking.
Oh, okay.
I could hear it.
Just got to click exactly one time. No double clicks.
She didn't.
I'm not saying she did. It's just.
Yep, in general, it's good to know. If you double click by accident, that'll goof it up. And if you try to use any abilities or anything, that'll goof it up. But I mean, holy shit, guys, that was really good. So, I mean, as you can see, as soon as we get through phase 1, you don't have to apologize, Hiccup. It's not just your fault. That was really, really good. As you can see, phase 1 is the hardest part of the fight. So as long as we can get through that, we should have no problem killing this boss.
Should I have my wife call at the beginning again? That was really helpful.
Was there anything that we did in phase 1 different that time that we felt was especially helpful?
Interrupts.
Yes, interrupting is good.
Coordinated interrupts.
Even better.
Yeah, there was 2 beams missing from my point. Wasn't just one person.
Some hunter in my group said something similarly to that, ZD. Don't stop and cancel stuff instead of clicking to cancel the thing, because I think they said something like that too.
I just down there well, I'm out of range anyway, so I guess I can't do anything else.
Also, if you let the first hop from the Quake, one of the hops, if you let one of the hops slam you into the wall, you can start casting again, I think, because I was able to just start doing my regular rotation mid Quake as I was standing up against the wall.
Can I go grab an Ankh from Honor Hold quick?
I got one for you.
Yeah, if we can just share them around, that would be preferable.
Anybody needs a repair? Got lots of that.
Frost can also drop a repair bot if we think it's needed.
The repair bot has tanks, probably.
Sure, why don't we drop one when we get down to the bottom?
Yeah, I don't have the super repair bot yet, just the old 61.
That was really good at phase 1 though, guys. Even with no heroism, phase 1 was great. So let's try to do that again. Really nice job on CCs. I saw Abyssals getting trapped and feared and stunned and banished all very quickly, which is exactly what needs to go on. So
Drop back by this fire thing.
Repair bot is right in the doorway. Thanks, Gally.
All right.
he does sell all reagents and ammo.
Yeah, I gotta farm the new mob that drops this recipe. I should be carrying
He
this.
sells a healing potion too.
It doesn't take long.
I got it on the first drop, so I think if you're an NG, you're.
It took me a few rounds, probably.
Oh, well,
Half an hour maybe.
Guess I got lucky then.
Yeah. That's not bad.
I just flew in there, killed one mob, and then flew out.
Nice.
Electo, do you think you could do wisdom on each channel or target as we go through them as well? Can you just do wisdom the whole fight?
I can try, yeah.
Just is a little bit longer of a fight right now with where our DPS level is, so that would help if you can. Obviously, healing is your priority. All right, full consumes.
Oh, yes, sir. I have 20 onks now.
Pog.
Nice.
Doing it.
Let me see you lie down on the job.
It's happening. Yep, let's get some crackwells. Cookie buckets. If you open your bags and you still have 2 cookies in it, my question is why?
Cool.
Make sure you use those during the fight. Big help, especially as you guys saw. Once that ceiling crashes, we all take a big load of damage right there. That's a really good time to use your second one if you still have it.
Cooldown from using the mana potion.
Okay, who's ready? Check. Okay, everyone's ready. Here we go.
Buckets?
Buckets are down.
Why can't I see them?
They may have been completely used.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Moon running off.
Hi, Taz's wife.
Big deep.
No.
Wow.
A couple of abyssals.
Yeah, so stay spread out for those abyssals.
Abyssals murdered Leon. Luna needs a healer.
Yeah, same.
Rip.
She's down.
It's all good. Let's wipe it up.
I think
Yeah.
2 and Abyssal spawned on top of each other.
Yeah,
Yeah.
2
Yep.
abyssals spawned on top of me, Leia, and probably Ocean, I think.
The third came like a second later, I think.
Unlucky.
Yeah, probably good to stay like 5 meters apart or something.
I mean, a bit of a loose spread, but generally speaking, that's just really bad luck for 2 of them to spawn directly on top of each other.
They
At
can be
the same
feared.
time.
They can be feared, right?
They can be feared.
Yes.
Well, it was more so because they also have like a AoE damage that happens when they spawn. That just one shot us.
Can Nova too, so just try not to Nova next to a healer who's casting something, but
Yeah, that is a good point. They can be snared. So like Nova is useful, but like mages, if you're gonna use it, you need to be very careful about not Novaing it if it's next to somebody because it'll just turn and kill them. So like there was a point in our last poll where it made sense for me to blink over a Nova one because it wasn't nearby anybody else. But yeah, just know if you're gonna use Nova, you need to be very careful because you can kill people inadvertently by trying to Nova it, and then they just get whomped. So yeah, I mean, it is useful. Know that's in your kit, but don't get people killed. Same goes for dungeons, to be honest. That's just good advice in general. Be careful with your Frost Novas. And don't forget about if you have your elemental out, they've also got a Frost Nova that they can do at range. You don't even have to reposition. If you just see an Abyssal off to the side and you're like, wow, wouldn't it be great if he was Nova'd over there? You can do it. The repair bot is still here if you get back quick. Cool, everybody's here. Let's do buffs. Hams, did you heroism on that last pull?
No.
It all went to shit so quickly.
Yeah, everybody should have heroism ready. We didn't use it on the last one. All right, here's your ready check. All right, everyone is ready. Here's a full timer. Same as last time, but where they all die and we don't.
3, 2, 1.
Let's go for heroism now. All right, back to square.
Phoebe down.
Battle Resin, if we can. If we can get these under control quick enough.
Any spots?
Mia dead. Potion dead.
Nope, they're still free. All right, wipe it up. Go to the front. Get another pull in.
What happened there, Phoebe?
Took a 7,600, 5,000, 7,800 all back to back with only 3K of healing in between and didn't have time to hit a health stump.
Carrots.
No. Good.
We'll reset and pull it again. We really just need a good, clean phase one, and then I think this is a dead boss for us. I mean, as you guys saw, 13% on the very first time we get to phase two. I think we got it.
And I'm assuming at when we get to phase 2 at 30, you're gonna call for stop DPS for a blast nova, right? In
No,
case we need it.
They fixed the bug.
Oh, they did? Oh,
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that'd be pretty annoying. I'm not gonna go into that because it'll just confuse people right now, but yeah, that is fixed. Everybody's here, buffs look like they're going out, so here's a ready check. Drop some buckets up here.
Oh, I lied. I'm not ready. Where the candy? Come here, candy.
Give me that candy.
All right, everyone's ready. Here's pull timer.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is an abyssal back here with Phoebe? Killed Laren on the way to me. Phoebe down. I'm down.
Go ahead and wipe it up. We'll restart. All right, everyone's back. Let's get buffs going. All right, grab your cookies, check your buffs, check your consumes.
Check yourself.
Good feeling about this one.
Big.
Me too.
Hero is up.
Yeah, it is.
True.
Also, Leia, I'm gonna give you one extra instruction here. When we kill Skull, when Skull dies, I'm gonna have you move over and go and help heal with Phoebe, or go help heal Phoebe with Laren and Frosted. I'll try to call out when Skull dies, but yeah, just heads up for you. Okay, here's a ready check. Phoebe is in the back of the room between Square and Moon. Okay, everyone's ready. Here we go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Miss.
How am I?
Okay, DPS go. Heroism.
There's an Infernal back with Square and Moon.
Skull's dead.
Yep, Leia transfer. DPS on X.
I am Moon 3, so if I need to be res or someone else needs to take my spot.
Boom, get Frost up, please.
Dead.
I got feared, and then
Okay, Dalen, grab Star. DPS on Square. Take it back over where it was if you can. Phoebe down.
I don't think it's this one, fam.
Nope, not this one apparently.
Nah, we can pull it off. Come on.
All right, let's reset quick. Yep, so it looks like we've got time for us to kill the boss. So
Neat. Let's
Let's
do that.
go ahead and do that real quick before the end of the night here. And just while we've got a minute, I want to say thank you to everybody. I know this week was a little hectic as far as the Raider survey and getting organized in that way, and then as well as the signups for 25 mans beyond that. This week we did try something just a little bit different, which was basically a complete lack of Karazhan signups to try to make them run opposite 25 mans. This is a little chaotic. I don't really like how it worked out. We'll be trying something just a little bit different next week. So just stay tuned for that and appreciate your patience as we try to work through just what the best way is to go about this. Obviously, we're used to 40-man rating and all that kind of stuff. So just a little bit of adjustment. We'll get those things hammered out. In the long term, though, I just want to say our priority is always going to be 25-man raids. We'll try to make 10-man guild raids happen when we can. But in the event that we're not able to get you specifically into a guild 10-man, don't take it personally. Don't feel like that's a slight against you. Like 10-mans are really just extra content. I know it feels like it's very important right now because it's part of the front-facing tier 4 content, but we're going to be doing so much Karazhan and Zolaman that I just got to ask for a little bit of patience. And if we don't have a guild run for you, please don't be afraid to say like, hey, I can find a pug this week, or, I don't mind missing this week. If that is the case, obviously don't lie. If you do mind missing a week, then, that's okay. Just be aware you may need to pug if you really want to make that happen. But long story short, I'm doing my best. I'm trying to get everybody into everything as much as I can. It's never personal. It just is a numbers game and availability usually. So just work with me. I'll work with you, and we'll make it happen. But looks like everybody's back, so let's hit those buffs. We'll kill boss. Get some loot.
Should we like pop shield wall, I guess, towards the end of the first 2 mobs or something?
Yeah. Basically, like, defensive CDs are gonna be mostly useful in the first phase. Again, phase 1 is the hardest part of this fight. Open mic date.
But amen, brother.
I mean, yeah, that was very refreshing.
It was.
My thirst is quenched just listening to that. All right, let me mark these up.
What's your drink of choice, Day?
Water.
Hell yeah, brother.
This man's a genius. You're drinking water?
You can drink that stuff?
Like from a toilet?
Ready, check. Time to clap this boar pig demon lord pit cheeks. He going down. All right, everyone's ready. Full timer.
Oh, jeez.
Let's do it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Bissell right in the middle of everyone. Good. Yep, just adjust. Perfect.
Bissell coming back towards square.
Skull is dead.
Okay, yep, lay it to the back. Deeps on X. Get CC on that Infernal in the melee. Get away from it. Good job. Get ready for damage to ramp up on Phoebe. DPS onto square. Any druid who has a battle res can get Pretty Bird. Cool.
Has his down, someone needs to take my spot.
Okay, on a moon.
Big boy up.
Yep, Talon on the boss. Everybody move away, move away, move away. This is good. Finish moon here.
Talon down.
Okay. Okay, we've got time for one more pull. Let's reset quick. Let's do it.
Bissell got me.
Yep, so our raid time for anybody who is relatively new to raiding with us is 8:30 to 11:30. So we've got just 9 minutes here left in raid time. We're going to squeeze in one more pull. If it's a kill, we may go just a minute or two over. I hope there are no strong objections to that, as we all enjoy killing bosses, right? But yeah, we got time for one more, so let's make it count.
Again, though, no one's actually tried just talking to the guy.
Nope.
We never even try that.
Have you smelled his breath?
No. I leave that for tanks.
You
I
know
just
why
smell
we
his
don't
ass.
fucking-
TPS gets the ass.
I think world bosses might have spawned, but not saying we should go. I'm just letting you know.
Yep, not worried about it right now.
Do the banished infernals still do their AoE?
I don't think so, but as soon as the banish ends, they'll do it. So if you're standing next to one that is banished, you're safe for the moment, but you will want to reposition at your earliest convenience.
Yeah, I was thinking if it drops down in the group, is it better to banish or fear?
Banish. Just end the AoE as soon as possible using the banish, and then we'll reposition around it. Everyone's down here. Buffs are going out. This will be our last one tonight, so let's kick some ass. Looks like we will have heroisms again.
Yep.
Alrighty, here's ready check. Okay, full timer.
Five, four, three, two, one.
Go kill boss. All right, let's hero now.
Skull is down.
Infernal back by square that needs CC.
DPS on square.
Can you tongue star?
Got an infernal on Nit. Do you need help?
Need a tank for Moon?
There's a... I got pile drive by a Bissell. No healer on Aluna.
Frost picked up Moon. I got bad gear. Oh, Aluna's Scare got it.
Yep, try to get Phoebe up and Emotion Man up if we can.
What's your threat?
Use CDs here. This is the hardest part of the fight, remember.
Big boy up in 5.
Yep, start moving him away. Moon, move away. Don't be in that cleave range. Get ready for big heals on Daylon. DPS should be on star. Need a tank star. Phoebe's here.
Somebody
Daylon
needs to
down.
get X.
No, I'm down.
All right. Yeah, things just got a little bit away from us there with a couple of deaths. Well, good progress on this. I mean, everybody should now be very familiar with Phase 1 and have a good amount of experience with Phase 2. I mean, we did an entire click rotation +1, so that's really good, honestly, really, really good. So before next week, you'll be able to either look online on some other resources about Make Third On, maybe think about something that you could do better. If you have any thoughts or suggestions specifically for like the entire raid or for leaders especially, you can contact us individually or just hit up raid discussion in the bottom of the Discord. Feel free to get a discussion going there on what you could do, or hit your role channel and talk about it in there as well. But yeah, overall, really good stuff. Good progression. Getting him to 13% tonight is really impressive to me. So thanks everybody for being here and prepared and whatnot. One more time, I just want to say thank you everybody for your patience and for your work this week getting through all of my organizational hoops. going forward, you can basically just make sure that you pay attention to the Karazhan and the rating sections of Discord. All the relevant rating stuff will be there. So yeah, thanks everyone.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.
You're welcome.
We'll get them next time.
We
I
sure
think so.
If we can, anything we can do to improve our DPS before next week will help tremendously. Basically, just the faster we can kill those channelers in phase 1 will really free us up. Like there is a possibility that if our DPS grows enough, you know, we're killed all the channelers and we're just hanging out waiting for Migtharion to pop, which is pretty cool.
I mean, have we thought about adding a tank? Or is that... Because I feel like the tanks are dying a lot, and that's why everything gets out of control really quickly.
Well, it's because the abyssals are fucking up the healers around the tanks.
Yeah, typically you have more than 2 warlocks. And of course, I just want to say it's kind of a weird way to phrase the question. Of course, we've thought about basically everything related to this fight.
Yes.
What we're able to do is a little bit different. So we will, you know, obviously take those things into account and try to do better for next week. Generally speaking, I've had a couple people ask me, you know, hey, I just played with somebody in a dungeon and they were pretty good. Are we recruiting this kind of person? To answer that question, right now, a warlock would be a good addition. I'm first of all going to want to talk to maybe some of the folks that we have healing. We have more than 12 healers in the guilds, which is great. It's a good problem to have, but it's also more than we would typically bring to 225 man. So for the sake of including everybody as the human beings that they are, I would like to give them the opportunity first. But if you do find yourself playing with an exceptional ungilded warlock, feel free to let me know what their name is, and you know, pass that my way. I'll handle it from there. But yeah, just for those of you who have asked me that question, that's kind of where we're at with that. As you can probably tell, another warlock in here would be fucking huge, right? Because we can banish 3 of them and we can fear 3 of them just with our locks then. So
I guess one thing for next time we could do is put traps on the healers on each, you know, on the square, moon, and star.
yep, definitely. I mean, I saw a lot of traps going down. I think that
No, the issue is healers dying from the abyssal. Sometimes I don't notice, you know, it's far away. The boss is blocking it.
Well, what's actually happening is, at least in the back, is an abyssal spawns, and then Laren and I have to spend a GCD on a fear or whatever because it's in our space, or we have to reposition, and then the tank dies.
so exactly what we're saying. If we drop those traps, like basically right at the feet of a healer, you know, that would help with that just a little bit. So